Tyler, you're getting an early taste of NBA 2K23. What do you think of the game thus far?
I'm just happy to be able to play the game. It's a dope experience, so happy to be here.
The first time we talked to you was in 2019. You were just drafted. You were in the game for the first time. How has your life changed since then?
Actually, I'm better on the game now. I'm better in real life. I'm better on the game.
Okay,
so.
Better in all aspects.
Exactly, for sure.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The view of downtown Detroit is seen from the riverfront on a beautiful day here in the Motor City. Hi everyone, greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Our game tonight featuring the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Detroit Pistons here at Little Caesars Arena. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Today's NBA is truly a skill game, 1 through 5. One team executive said there is a high threshold on big men right now. The big has to do it all. Another said top bigs must have a diverse skill set. Ball handling, shooting, all of it. Guys, these days, size and athleticism are not enough.
Changing like the game is. David, good insight. Thank you. And Greg, the outcome tonight could come down to the big men up front.
And versatility will be a key. The front court that can be physical, but also pass it and stretch the floor, I think will be the ones that end up on top.
Now Golden State's starting 5. At the guard spots, it's Curry and Thompson. Buddy Hield is out there with Kuminga. And it's Wiseman in at the center. And for Detroit, Hayes and Cunningham, the backcourt pair. Isaiah Stewart out there with LeBron James, and it's Jang in at the small forward. Now here's Jang. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Back to Hayes. And there's the pass to Cunningham. Good work there as it goes.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Now here's Curry. Defense right on him. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Pistons. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
A matchup that only happens twice a year. These interconference battles can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this one will be for sure. Interconference matchups are always pretty fascinating just because of timing on scouting and how often you watch teams like this affect some of the unpredictability of the East-West battle.
This is it to Cunningham. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Now here's Hayes, guarded by Curry. Hayes, no good. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Curry. There's the lob to the hoop. And finished off by Wiseman.
And how about the court awareness there? Peripheral vision of Curry. Strong feel for when guys are uncovered. Finds the open man.
Now here's Cunningham. He had 27 points last game. James with the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Wiseman with the ball. Guarded by Stewart. Wiseman no good. LeBron against Thompson. Over Thompson. No good from LeBron. The Warriors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Hield left side. Pass to Wiseman. He dishes it to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Always got to keep your eyes up, make sure you see open teammates, and Klay did it that time.
And, Brent, you look at the career of Klay Thompson, he's had improvements every step of the way.
Yeah, and he's still just an elite shooter that, because of what Steph does, because of Draymond's unselfishness, Klay is going to add 25 points in the blink of an eye. That, along with his defense, just make that backcourt something special.
James. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
LeBron exploiting the defense once again, knowing when to slash, and gets himself to the rim.
And that one drops for him.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Hayes. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. LeBron drives in, and he comes up with the deuce. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. Now the dish to Wiseman. Now here's Kuminga. 11 points last game. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Stephen Curry. 4th in assists, 6th in scoring. And how about his top 10 ranking in free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Oh, that's a big man move by Wiseman, roughing up the D with that emphatic finish.
Hayes the pass to Jang. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And finished off by Jang.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. To the inside. And finished off by Wiseman.
And just caught the D there by surprise. Love when Wiseman goes for the big air on the alley-oop.
James the pass to Stewart. Here's Jang. That 3 off the mark. The Warriors leading. Down low. Here's Kuminga. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Hayes the pass to Jang. To the paint. And the dunk by Stewart.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Curry. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game.
Steph Curry is adept at finishing those drives. Defenders never know what kind of shot he's going to throw up, but confident it's going to go in.
Pass to Jang. LeBron outside. Back to Jang. 5 to shoot. Here's Cunningham. That one doesn't drop. The Warriors go the other way with it. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did.
And Jang gets it to go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. For the teams that are clearly rebuilding, Greg, should they simply play the young guns no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
I think there should be a combination. And as long as guys are pros and really approaching the game the right way, you want to give them an opportunity to grow, and also it gives you a chance to evaluate.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Stewart. Gordon comes in for LeBron. Bays checked in for Cunningham. Saban Lee's subbed in for Hayes. Jang, no luck. Warriors leading by 4. Over in the corner, Poole. There's the pass to Moody. Now Zeller. Jang defending. Poole, the pass to Kuzma. Rebound, Detroit.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
The shot's good from Bay.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident right now.
And you gotta give appreciation to how Hurdle punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing.
And Kuzma has it in the corner. Over Lee. Kuzma, that's good. Kuzma's got 5.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Lee outside. Passes to Bay. And stolen by Kuzma. Kicks to Curry. Poole on the wing. Jang defending. Pistons trailed by 4. Here's Lee. Off on the layup. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against Chicago. Here's Curry. And the baseline jumper, no good. Zeller, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Curry against Lee. Pass to Bay. Now Jang. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Just 5 on the clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Lee outside. That one, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Now, here's Moody. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And it's an 8-point Warrior lead.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. And if you need help spacing the floor, Moody's your guy. He's a nightmare to defend.
An elite three-point shooter, you have to go out and guard him. But if you close out too hard, he can put the ball on the floor and take advantage of the driving lane. So pick your poison.
Here's Lee. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And he lobs it up toward the rim, up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, a fantastic passer at his position. Gordon stays alert and ready to pass to an open teammate.
Timeout called the Warriors.
It's your Pistons mascot. All right, fans.
And the players on your screen now have been experts with the ball in their hands for the last 10 games, leading the small forward position in assists. .151 left here in the opening quarter. Curry deciding where to go with it. Over Lee. Curry can't get it to go. Pistons trail by 6. Pass to Jang. Pirtle inside. He's against Kuzma. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And look at Hurdle effortlessly dropping the hammer on the D.
Low block shot. No good off the front iron.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Lee outside. And the pass to Jang. Pocket 6. From beyond the arc, the Warriors pull it in.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Looking to end his cold spell, and it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
Back to Pirtle. Out to Lee. Gordon trying to break loose. No good from Lee. Warriors leading by 4. Curry on the wing. Jang defending. That one good for 2. Curry's got 8.
All that work that Steph does before the game, getting pushed around on shot attempts, paying off there as he gets knocked off balance and still scores.
Here's Jang. And so the first quarter is in the books. Warriors ahead. They're up by 6. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And now, a chance to hear LeBron James expound on the difference between offense and defense.
More delicate than defense. Defense, you can make mistakes but cover for one another by just communicating and flying around at times and clean up for your mistakes. Offensively, if you're not all 5 guys at the same time or not moving and cutting, and one pass or one bad screen here or one pass there could mess up the rhythm of an offense.
You know, Greg, I could listen to him talk basketball all day.
And he makes a valid point. You can't just hustle your way to great offense. It takes time and chemistry.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
So with James on the bench, here's the group that Dwayne Casey has on the floor. They've got Pirtle, Lee out there with Jang, then there's Gordon, and it's Bay in at the 3, the small forward. And the Warriors with possession here. 6-point game. Poole with it. Hurdles there. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Kuzma with the defensive effort. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Warriors. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip. Thompson outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Thompson's got 6.
That is Thompson's shot. Just a great rhythm shooter and fully confident in his perimeter game.
Lee passes to Pirtle. Bay with it. The shot, no good. Zeller against Pirtle. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
How about the chemistry on that play and the recipient, Klay Thompson?
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Klay Thompson has lost 2 prime years to a torn ACL and then a ruptured Achilles. He says so many athletes have been through this. It's just a new set of challenges. With my style of play, I feel I can be effective until my late 30s. I plan on being the all-NBA player I was and won't settle for anything less. Guys, that will be a great comfort to his team.
Indeed, and who's going to doubt him? I love his attitude. Undaunted. David, thank you. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. I'm sitting here with former NBA dunk contest champion Brent Berry. Brent, how do you feel about how modern offenses sometimes back away from the paint?
Well, I love it, Kevin. By the way, in the dunk contest, there's no defense. So I'm all for that, too, because I didn't play that. But will we go back to low post play? I think what's happened is the post now is used more as an opportunity for offenses to penetrate the defense and then create more movement on the perimeter, and then the ball comes back out. And looking for those 3-point shots and taking a higher percentage of those is leading to more winning. So I'm not sure when that changes.
On defense, Detroit, after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Here's Cunningham. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game.
What vision by LeBron, always willing to give up the ball. They're just hitting a wide-open teammate.
Passes it to Moody. Now Thompson. Hield outside. Back to Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Moody. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. Pistons trail by 9. Here's Hayes. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And putting in work on the defensive end. Wiseman's swat providing a spark to his team.
Here's Bay. They get it back. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Pass to Moody. And here is Hield. Pass to Wiseman. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Wiseman's got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors. The Pistons have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. LeBron outside. Over Wiseman. James, no good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Poked away. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Basketball.
Pistons trail by 11. Hayes finds Stewart. Back to Hayes. The pass to Cunningham. Pulls up. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
And you got to respect how quickly Wiseman has adapted to big league play. He hit the ground running and has not looked back, always growing as a player.
Now here's Bay. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Hayes the pass to Stewart. And the dunk by Stewart.
And there's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Pistons trail by 12. Pass to Bay. Here's LeBron, and James throws it down.
LeBron James, here's the report, Kevin, still athletic.
Now, here's Moody. Guarded by Stewart.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
LeBron against Thompson. Pass to Hield. Shot clock at 6. It's tipped. To the wing on the left. Wiseman kicks to Thompson. Now here's Kuminga. Not a lot of room. Misses the 3. And so James will bring it up for Detroit. trailing by 10. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Cunningham kicks to Hayes. Pistons passing it around. James in the post. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on James Wiseman.
And LeBron enjoys fooling the D right there, tricked them, got them in the air, and then gets himself to the free throw line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
Free throw drops for James.
Well, every night, the competitive killer instinct of LeBron James makes him as elite as he's been. Of course, a future first ballot Hall of Famer, and a lot of gas, it seems, left in the tank for LeBron James.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Klay Thompson. Both free throws good from James. Warriors leading by 8. Outside Curry. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Curry's got 10 points.
A dynamic offensive player who just makes this machine go, the straw that stirs the drink. And Steph from the mid-range that time.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Now here's Bay. 6 points for him. Cunningham inside. Good on the shot. Cunningham's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Here's Wiseman. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists in the game.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Here's Cunningham driving the lane, and then Cunningham slams it in.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And something we've seen the last few years, boxing ones thrown at Curry, although they've had mixed success.
The Warriors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good. And amazing to even consider using a box and one in the NBA, isn't it, Greg? But Curry does that with his offense to the teams that defend him.
Kevin, I agree, and it did work well in the 2019 finals. Curry has started to adjust to that look. Much harder to use when Curry has other options on offense.
And both free throws good for Curry.
Well, gravity is very, very real, and Steph Curry has the most of any NBA player right now.
Pass to Jang. He's looking for Pirtle and finds him. Shoots over Poole. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Pirtle.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Brent, when you talk about the gravity of Curry, explain what you mean.
Well, Kevin, anytime that he's on the floor, when he crosses half court, all 5 defenders are paying attention to where Steph is. The more he moves, the more he shifts around, the incredible attention of all 5 defenders. And when guys make one misstep, or you have 2 defenders make one misstep to carry their way to where Steph Curry is, it opens up easier opportunities on any possession. That's what we're talking about when we speak on Steph's gravity.
Lee finds Pirtle. And the layup's good off the glass. Pirtle's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The pass to Zeller. Kuzma against Jang. Rebounded by the Pistons. And he drives in and finished off by Jang.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Passes it to Zeller. Golden State moving the ball around. Kuminga dishes to Curry. Poole kicks to Kuminga. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Kuzma. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Kuzma's got 7 points in the game.
And good seeing Kuzma work on that part of his game. Very confident once he gets close.
Here's Jang. Offensive rebound. Pirtle. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
Didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now, here's Poole. He had 10 points in the win against Cleveland. Outside Gordon. Here's Pirtle. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 6th rebound on the night. Curry against Gordon. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I just like how Steph Curry gets these calls. He anticipates that contact and never really takes too hard a hit.
The Warriors shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Stephen Curry.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good by Curry.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And both free throws good for Curry.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Now, here's Cunningham, guarded by Poole. Cunningham with it. He has 6. Shoots over Poole. Cunningham's shot is off. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Inside, Pirtle with the steal. On the wing, Lee, guarded by Curry. Now, Jang. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Chicago. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jang's got 12 in the game.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Warriors lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Steve. Some great engagement defensively. What's happening that's good at that end of the floor?
I think they're just playing hard, rotating, playing for each other, and they've done a better job of avoiding fouls and just playing through.
Steve, thanks for your time. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of everybody and everyone. Everyone. Did you catch that?
I got it.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. How about that first half, fellas? Golden State had no problems getting going. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8 points on the heels of a few stops and some quality offensive possessions. They closed the first quarter with a 6-point advantage. Going into the second quarter, they lost a little focus, sacrificed some points, but still finished with a 4-point cushion at the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Playing on the road is having no effect on this team. I mean, between your planes, the hotels, the buses, it's a grind. It can zap your energy level. But right now, they look like a fresher team. And we'll see if they hit the wall in the second half.
And Shaq, how about what you saw from the Pistons?
It's the work they've done in the paint that's impressed me the most. A lot of their points have come from the inside. They need to keep that production in the post coming in the second half.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game it's been so far. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Now, you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Warriors. At the guard spots, it's Curry and Thompson. Kuminga out there with Buddy Hield, and it's Wiseman in at the 5 spot. Here's Curry, following the basket by LeBron James. And here is Kuminga. Back to Curry from deep. It's Cunningham with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's good. This game is all even. Cunningham's got 8 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now, here's Thompson. Back to Curry. From the arc. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
And so James will bring it up for Detroit. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Jang for the lead. It's rebounded by Golden State. Hield's got 4 rebounds in this game. Curry outside. Drills it from outside. 17 points in the game.
I don't know what you do with Steph in the pick-and-roll situation like that. He capitalizes because of the separation, and it doesn't have to be much.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 12. It's stolen by Kuminga. Pass to Thompson. He kicks it to Curry. Launches it. They grab their own miss. And finished off by Wiseman.
You just can't teach size and length, and Wiseman beats everyone to the ball for that second chance opportunity.
Here's LeBron. Missed inside.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Fires from the wing. And it's good off the back rim and in. Curry's got 19 points.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Detroit, LeBron James.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for James. The Pistons making a change here. Dave's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. And the Warriors with possession here have led by as many as 14 points. Curry kicks to Thompson. Bounce pass, Wiseman. Pass to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 22 points for him.
Because Steph moves so well, anytime he can get some separation, he starts to feel once he gets the ball, he's going to find some points.
Well, something, Greg, we can't take for granted. It's nice just to see Klay Thompson out on the floor.
No doubt, Kevin. And, you know, the NBA is just a better league with a healthy Klay Thompson. Makes this team more fun to watch. Good for humor and one incredible performance a year.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim, that time on display.
Back to Curry. There's the triple. And another three for Golden State.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Pistons trail by 9. Now the pass to LeBron. Here's Stewart. He's covered by Wiseman. It's good. Stewart's got 6.
This is why coaches want defenders to always have their hands ready. LeBron with the quick pass there.
Curry with a wide open look. Another 3 for Golden State.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Klay Thompson.
Moses Moody.
Passes it to Cunningham. Stewart up top. Pass to Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hayes. And they'll get another chance. Bay passes to Stewart. Tries again. With 1 on the clock, he takes it up and lays it in. Stewart's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Pass to Moody. Top of the key, Wiseman. Healed from outside. Detroit with the rebound.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the trip.
The pass to Stewart. Now, here's Cunningham. 8 points for him. Unloads from 13. The Warriors pull it in. Wiseman's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now, here's Moody. T right on him. And Sadiq Bey picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Pistons, Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for James. And Lee's subbed in for Cunningham. Cody Zeller's checked in for the Warriors. Poole comes in for Curry. Kuzma outside. Zeller trying to free himself up. The shot's good from Kuzma. Kuzma's got 9.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Warriors leading by 11. Zeller trying to free himself up. Kuzma, that's good. Kuzma's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And how about that display of athletic ability? Kuzma can contort his body when converting on those difficult shots.
Now, here's Stewart. He's got 10. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. The Warriors shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Here's Moody. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
And it's a feel-good night from behind the three-point line, racking up a ton of threes.
And he can't get the first one. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Isaiah Stewart. And the second free throw, good. Pistons trailed by 14. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's Gordon missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Kuzma finds Poole. Hield with it. He's defended by Bay. Hield the pass to Kuzma. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now here's Gordon. No points in the game yet for him. Can't hit from 12.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. The Warriors making the shot. 6 to shoot. Will it go? And the layup is up and in. Hayes has got his second bucket of the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Poole the pass to Moody. Poole bounce pass. And Kyle Kuzma again. Kuzma's got 10 points here in the second half.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Hayes. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. The offensive rebound. It's blocked. Here's Poole. Here's Hield. Zeller trying to free himself up. Hield with the bucket. Hield's got his first bucket in this one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Poeltl with the ball. He's got 8. Here's Gordon, and he goes right over Kyle Kuzma and slams it down.
And we've seen Gordon in the dunk contest before. He enjoys showing off when given the chance.
Here's Kuzma. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Lee. Count the basket.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Warriors leading by 16. 1:30 left to play in the 3rd. Poole kicks to Hield. Unable to get that one. And Detroit the other way now. Hayes finds Poeltl. Over Zeller. Poeltl's shot is off. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Now, here's Moody. Defended by Poeltl. Moody the pass to Zeller. Healed from outside. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. Chang, he's checked in for the Pistons. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Golden State. .46 seconds left in the third. Lee outside. Now Jang, 12 points for him. And it goes out of bounds. The last touch by Purdy.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Pistons making a change here. Cunningham's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Kuminga's come in for Kyle Kuzma. Here's Poole. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Zeller kicks to Poole. Now here's Kuminga. Defended by Gordon. Got a piece of it. Pass to Purdy. With the floater. It's rebounded by Kuminga. With 1 on the clock. The shot will not fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back to the action after this word. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with James on the bench, here's the group that Dwayne Casey has on the floor. Hayes and Cunningham, the backcourt pair. Gordon out there with Pirtle, and it's Jang in at the 3 spot. He feeds it to Pirtle. Got it. Good job in the low post. Pirtle's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Detroit.
There's no stopping Pirtle when he has the ball in that spot, just abusing the defense down in the paint.
Here's Wiseman, and Pirtle sends it back. Pass to Cunningham. Jang against Curry. Cunningham cans it from downtown.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Curry against Jang. The 3 from Poole. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got his 6th rebound on the night.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Six on the shot clock. Here's Pirtle. Oh, and the jam by Pirtle.
Emphatic. I mean, you're not going to get anything soft when he comes to the rim. This young man is all about power.
Yeah, it's going to be a full force display every time with this guy. Great open look there. And the Warriors lead by 12.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Pass to Jang. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And Thompson kicks to Poole. Outside Curry. And they pick up 2. 33 points for Stephen Curry.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
There's the pass to Jang. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You 2 players.
And here are the Warriors now. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Passes to Wiseman. Poole with it from outside the arc. Rebounded by the Pistons. Pirtle's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the middle. It's rebounded by Golden State. Kuminga's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now, here's Poole. Jang defending. Thompson outside. 5 on the clock. That shot off the mark. Pistons trailed by 14. Pirtle dishes to Cunningham. To the left wing. Jang inside. Guarded by Poole. And Jang gets it to go.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
So for the Pistons, Stewart comes in for Jakob Poeltl, and James subbed in for Gordon. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. His point to them was that they put themselves in the position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David.
And the team has gotten it done here in spite of his performance. Still 0 from the field.
Pass to Poole. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight. Now here's James. He's covered closely. Stewart with it. Picked up by Thompson. James kicks to Zhang. A three-pointer, no good. Warriors leading by 15. Kuminga the pass to Curry. Three-pointer. And another 3 for Golden State.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
The Pistons have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th, 4 of 9. Thompson against Jang. Stewart trying to get open. And Jang gets it to go.
Now that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Pass to Poole. Fires from deep. Good on the triple. Poole's got 6 points in the quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Oh, yes, sir. Man, you don't see Clay get up like that all that often. That was impressive.
Pistons trailed by 19. Hayes the pass to James. And there's the pass to Cunningham. Now Hayes. Passes it to James. Score the basket is 8 or 13 from the floor.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
They double team Curry. And stolen by Jang. At the elbow, it's Cunningham. No good from LeBron. Warriors leading by 17. Here's Poole. And he banks in the layup.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Kuminga.
And here's Hayes. James outside. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 22 points for LeBron.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Pass to Curry. And the 3 off target. And so James will bring it up for Detroit. 17-point game. Cunningham passes to James. Greg, you've got the unique opportunity right now to watch your son Cole follow in your footsteps. What has changed for players now versus when you played?
Well, I think the players today are so much smarter, and they prepare to be pros at such an earlier age. And honestly, I think that's one of the advantages our league has. You know, you don't have to teach these guys responsibility. You may have to teach them the game, but they are ready, willing, and able to work to achieve their goals.
First one falls for him. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Thompson. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Warriors leading by 16. It's Curry outside. Hits it from three-point range. Curry's got 39.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
James in the post. He's covered by Wiseman. Here's Stewart. Yep, it counts.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Curry kicks to Poole. Pass to Hield. Takes a 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And last season, All-Stars, Greg, missing 19% of their available games. With the shortened off seasons, are you concerned about the toll it takes?
You are, but this offseason maybe not as painfully short as the last one. And in these tough times, some sacrifices are made, no doubt. Health, perhaps, one of the biggest.
And he makes the first. He doesn't get the second one.
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
Curry dishes to Kuminga. Back to Curry, and stolen by Jang. The pass to Stewart. And the dunk by Stewart.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Poole on the wing. Over Cunningham. Not enough on that one as it misses. Pistons trailed by 17. Jang, the pass to Hayes. James up top. It's good from the top of the key. LeBron's got 16 points here in the second half.
Uh-oh. It's one of those nights for LeBron James, just setting the place on fire right now.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. LeBron outside. Back to Hayes. The Pistons working the ball around now. James in the post. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Goes back up. It's stolen by Wiseman. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Pistons trail by 17. Hayes the pass to Jang. Lays it up off the glass.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Passes it to Wiseman. They kick out to Hield. Another three for Golden State.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And LeBron throws it down hard.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Warriors.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win. A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was.
For Stephen Curry.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
That shot missing. Floats it up for James. It's stolen by Hield. Now here's Curry. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Clay, what is the key to the way you play tonight?
Well, I'm just used to the pace of the game by now, and my teammates do a good job of finding me when I'm open, so all credit goes to them. I just catch and fire when I'm open.
And they found the shooter, and he shot. Thanks, Clay. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time